Hello everybody! In Standard today we are going to be playing a creature type that everyone has been playing around with, but we are going to be doing it in a color combination that not many have tried out. Soldiers has shown to be pretty strong in ladder, and we are going to see if splashing in black and red can really make this deck go crazy. So let's see how this deck plays out. And make sure to stick around at the end of the games where we're going to talk about what's in the deck, why I chose it, and how the deck performed overall. Alright, well we're going first. I'm going to keep this because we've got all of our colors and we've got 4 mana. So I'm going to keep that just so that we have it. Swamp. We'll go Vanguard. We'll go Vanguard. Champion of the Perished. Let it go. Alright, so Siege Veteran or Brutal Cathar? I'm gonna go Brutal Cathar. Take a champion. We'll wait. We will wait. Okay. Hit me. And then the Squire, so Soldier again. Let's go with the Vanguard. I'm gonna wait. I'm going to wait. Vanguard is going to be a really difficult thing for them to take out, so I would rather wait. All right, there's a champion, and we win. The Vanguard it was a little bit too difficult for them to be able to take us on, so that's a good win. I enjoy that. Alright, so we are going to be going first. I'm keeping it even though we don't have a black. So we'll go Recruitment Officer down first. We'll probably play the Mountain next. Perfect. Yep, Recruitment Officer comes in, gives a good hit. We have all of our colors. Now with that secluded courtyard, so we are good to go. Benalish Sleeper. Can't attack on this turn, so let's just go in, attack for 5, and I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait on the Sleeper. Green. Oh, okay. Calyx. Alright. Well. I'm gonna cast it for its kicker. I'll sacrifice that, you sacrifice your Calyx. Jukai Naturalist. Okay, and a wedding announcement. So, a little something extra. And I think I'm going to play the Valiant Veteran's ability there, and we'll attack in. Hit him for 7. So that's a good amount. I think choosing to do that over Myrel could be a good choice. It might have been not necessarily the right choice, but I think that it could have been. Sleep with the fishes. Interesting. Interesting choice. Not exactly sure what they're planning on doing with that. But I'm a Brutal Cathar. That thing. Get rid of the Audacity too. That was interesting. That's interesting. I haven't seen an iteration of this deck. Ossification. Okay. That goes away. They don't really have anything. Take flight. Alright, so it's a whole bunch of auras. Okay, so this is an enchantment auras. Vanguard. So we'll go Vanguard. And then we'll go Myrel. Because the Squire's not a human. So Calyx does its thing. It's whatever. I see. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, this is an iteration of a enchantment deck I haven't seen very often. And that's not exactly what we're looking for at all. That's gonna have to... We can't stop it. We don't have anything that will be able to take anything away. So, done with that one. So, this is one of those where it's like, probably shouldn't keep it, but I'm going to keep it. We've got a group of things that we can play at the very beginning. There's a third land, so we're good. But that was one of those where it's probably best if I didn't keep it, but we kept it and we moved on. Now we have all 4. So attacking in. Wait for them to do what they're gonna do. Probably kill it. We'll play our planes down and then we'll play the Dawnguard. Yeah. Dawnguard comes down. Another 3/3. And then we can go with the Vanguard on this next turn. Alright, Karns enters battlefield. Or to activate abilities. Okay. Haunted Ridge. Yeah, that's an artifact. Throw the Dawnguard down, hit him for 5. And then the Commando we can use that seal from existence. Hit that and they seem to be playing some sort of like really protection heavy thing. We get rid of their sweeper. Let's make them actually play. Touch the spirit realm. Yes. Yep, hit ya. Yeah, borrow time. Okay, we just need to keep up. We just need to keep up. We just need to outlast all of their exiling effects. We just need to outlast it. Okay, so we almost win. Okay. Dawnguard down. And Brutal Cathar is waiting. We're just gonna wait. So they've got 4. And we win. And we win. They take out everything we have and we just outlast them. With the 4 there, I was worried about depopulate, but we survived it. Alright, welcome back to those games. So one thing I really like about this deck is that the games are very quick. And that is one of the big points of everything, is that we only have a couple creature cards that are into the 4 mana drop slot, and we don't have anything bigger than that. So the games should be playing pretty quick for us. If we can get out and really start dominating, then we should get away with that. And that's one of the things in this iteration of the deck. I've stated this before, but the way I build decks originally is that I really go hard on one type of thing, and then we optimize it after I play it a couple times. And one thing that I've noticed about this is that we have no way of dealing with anything that the opponent has other than the Cathar Commandos and the Brutal Cathars. Like we just don't have anything that can deal with an opponent's board at all, which is something that we need. So we're dipping into red and we're dipping into black. So we should be able to have access to a bunch of things that are able to get rid of anything that the opponent may have that's problematic. So that's one thing that I've noticed, is that because of the way I developed this deck, is that we are way too heavy-handed in soldiers, and we need to have some other instant spells that we can use to really go at it. But when we get rolling, and the games are really quick. So let me try and be really quick. Since the games were quick, let me not go crazy long talking. But let's talk about what is in the deck, why I have it. So Recruitment Officer, it's our 1 mana option that we have with soldiers, and we get to be able to look at other creature cards that we may want to look at. Benalish Sleeper, have this in here, especially with the kicker in black, so we have the ability to be able to develop really big boards. So sacrificing one of our creatures doesn't really matter, and we're able to get rid of one of theirs. Especially, so one other thing that going in there with Myrel, Shield of Argive, whenever it attacks, it creates 1/1 soldier artifacts, we can also sacrifice those. It works really well when those two are going together. Cathar Commando, I've got this in here so we can have the destroy target artifact or enchantment. It can work really well in certain situations that we have. It's a 3/1, so it's really susceptible to dying, so it's hard to want to attack with it, but have it in there for the destroyed target artifact or enchantment. Now we've got Coppercoat Vanguard. It's a buffer of our creatures. So basically everything in our deck is a human besides the Valiant Veteran and the Bloodsworn Squire. Basically everything else is a human. So this pumps up everything and gives it ward 1 other than those two things. So that works really well. It's a 2 mana for that, so that works awesome. I like it. I like the ability with ward. I know that Valiant Veteran gives soldiers +1/+1, which works well with everything we have. But the Coppercoat Vanguard gives it plus ward 1, which works really well with Thalia as well because non-creature spells cost 1 more. And the really nice thing about Thalia is that it is a first striker. So if we're able to get Thalia pumping and getting up, then that works really well together. Valiant Veteran, it's our lord, so our soldiers go +1/+1, and then when it dies, we can exile it for the 5 mana and give every soldier that we have, which is our whole deck, +1/+1. And then Brutal Cathar, we've got this in here so that we are able to exile other creatures, not it, but exile other creatures under it, and deal with other problematic things that we have, and that's nice. Siege Veteran, I've got this in here to give everything that we have +1/+1, and whenever a soldier dies, we get a 1/1 soldier as well. Really like Siege Veteran, works really well. This is something that's really nice to have. Gavony Dawnguard, it's a 3/3 with 3 mana. It has ward 1, so that's nice. Plus we can make it day or night. We can start moving things around if it becomes night or we're switching to day. We get to look at cards and we're able to do things with that so that we're able to really control what we're doing out on the field. And then Myrel, really nice because it's a soldier, and whenever it attacks, every time we attack, however many soldiers we have attacking, we get that many soldiers, 1/1 soldier artifacts. So that works really nice. I enjoy this card with a soldier. I have Bloodsworn Squire as other than the Benalish Sleeper, our dip into black. We're able to discard a card with Bloodsworn Squire and it can get indestructible, which can be really nice when you're running into difficult problems. Plus, if we have 4 creature cards in our graveyard when we do that, we can transform the Squires. So if we're dealing with some sort of game where we're getting all of our things just killed, our Bloodsworn Knight, because it'll become a knight now, will be as tough and powerful as many cards that we have that have died. Plus it can gain indestructible just like its front page of it. And then dipping into red with the Vanguard. I have this in one of my other decks that I have, and I've absolutely loved being able to have it. So it's a first striker. We can give it +2/+0, so that makes things really difficult. So if we can get this thing on the field and we can get really pumping, I think that this card works really well. Really like it having it in the deck, especially with it being a human soldier. So it works really nice. The mana can be definitely worked on. There are times where I want black and I'm just not getting it. That seems to be the color that I have the most problem with, but this is basically a mono white list with just a couple dips into black and red. So the secluded courtyards work really well for that because we're able to it's all soldiers, so we're really able to use Secluded Courtyard for anything that we want. So it works really well and really nice that way. I think that this deck has the makings of something really strong, but the way that it is right now, we're just too soldier and creature heavy. But I think that the core cards that I would definitely want to keep are these Thalias, the Valiant Veteran, the Siege Veteran, and it's hard for me to want to drop any of these 4-drops, but you could mess around and see which one you want to do. Maybe the Bloodsworn Squire is probably the one you're going to want to drop if you do, because it's not as nice, but I did want to dip into black just a little bit with the Benalish Sleeper. So you could probably cut out the black and you could be fine that way. But there are cards that you can be dropping a little bit if you want for some removal spells that you can have out there. But that's basically the deck as it is. I will definitely want to touch on this deck again at some point in the future, because I mean the games were quick and it's a fun little deck that you can really get going. So trying to optimize this out, and we'll see how it goes. But appreciate you sticking around all the way to the end of the video, and until next time.